Unearth the tenacity and valor of George S. Patton, the man who reshaped 20th century warfare. Standing tall amidst the chaos and tumult of war, there emerged a man who would forever alter the face of combat, a man called George S. Patton. His life was a testament not just to the tumultuous times he lived in, but also to his indomitable spirit and unyielding resolve. Patton was more than a soldier. He was a visionary, a leader who dared to tread where others feared to go. His audacious strategies were a testament to his acute understanding of warfare and how it was more than just a test of physical strength. It was a battle of the minds, a chess match where the stakes were nations and the pieces were men. He was a man of action, but behind those stern eyes lay an intellect that was constantly churning, constantly planning. Every move Patton made was calculated, each strategy meticulously planned. He was a master tactician, a chess player maneuvering pieces on a global chessboard. His audacity was not just limited to the battlefield. Off-field, he was a man of deep, passionate convictions. His speeches stirred the hearts of his men, filled them with courage, and steeled their resolve for the fight that lay ahead. Patton's charisma was palpable, even in the face of the gravest danger. Under his command, his men felt invincible, imbued with the same tenacity and valor that their leader displayed. Patton didn't just lead his men into battle, he led them to victory. His presence on the battlefield was enough to instill a sense of invulnerability in his troops. He was a man of indomitable spirit, a spirit forged in the crucible of war. His resolve was unyielding, his courage unwavering. Even in the face of insurmountable odds, Patton would stand tall, a beacon of hope for his men. Patton's strategies were audacious, yet they were also pragmatic. They were born out of a deep enemy's psyche, their strengths and weaknesses. Patton's strategies were not just about brute force, they were about outsmarting the enemy, about being one step ahead. The legacy of George S. Patton is not just in the victories he won, but in the way he fought. He reshaped warfare not by changing the weapons or the tactics, but by changing the way soldiers thought about war. He taught them that victory was not just about overpowering the enemy, but about outthinking them, outmaneuvering them. He was a man who defied convention, who dared to challenge the status quo. Patton was not just a leader, he was a game changer. He turned the tide of war not just with his audacious strategies, but with his indomitable spirit. His legacy continues to inspire generations of soldiers, proving that the spirit of a warrior is not just in his strength, but in his tenacity and valor. Patton was a man of contradictions. He was as much a scholar as he was a warrior, as much a philosopher as he was a tactician. But these contradictions only served to make him a more effective leader. His ability to balance the brutality of war with the necessity for strategy and planning made him a force to be reckoned with. George S. Patton, a man who dared to defy convention, a man who dared to dream. His story is not just a tale of war and victory, but a saga of audacity, of courage, of tenacity. His is a story that needs to be heard, a story that needs to be remembered. Immerse yourself in a saga of audacious strategies and indomitable spirit. The saga of George S. Patton, a man who changed the face of warfare, a man whose legacy continues to echo through the annals of history. Venture into the world of this legendary warrior and discover the essence of his being, the core of his philosophy.